I feel it's a process that is still ongoing, because it's only 4 years I've been here experiencing this new lifestyle. It's a process of removing the superfluous. Coming from an experience in a society where we need to build ourselves, so from education to formation in the company we join, there's a lot that is added on our person in a certain way. But after I'd done the switch, it's really obvious that we had a lot already in us, which is overbuilt in a kind of way. And now I feel everything that's been taught to us, ways of thinking, beliefs, concepts, it worked before, but now I feel I need to reshuffle all these parameters. And living rural, I think that's the best, one of the best ways. I haven't experienced many others, but being away from all this noise that the city can bring, which I strongly believe is not designed to create the condition for humans to thrive. Instead, it might be actually undermining the ideal conditions where human can thrive. As Wendy well said, the word primitive, it can be associated to certain concepts in our society, but I really resonated when she mentioned primitive, prime, it means being closest to the source. Just living in nature, we can learn so much about ourselves. At the same time, being away from that noise I spoke about, and just connecting to natural rhythm, natural practices, growing your food. I think everything from a situation where I would depend a lot from services and the dynamics of society, here it comes all in my hands. So I feel I have a different degree of control. Yes and no, because sometimes nature, it really puts me in the situation where I can't control things, as it happens regularly in life, but that also brings a certain sensation of surrendering to it. What this rural lifestyle inspires me to do, no? I think I can not summarize it, but reduce it to the fact that it's a journey within myself. So the location before the city, compared to where I live now on the mountain, is just a context, it's just a space where my life is unfolding. But compared to the city, now I feel I'm getting closer and closer to who I am, which I still don't know, but in the last 4 years living rural, I felt the practices that the rural environment inspires, they tend to remove that material, that education, those concepts that they worked in a different context before, and finding new ways to relate myself to the world. So I was in Porto, I was in an arts and crafts market, and taking a look at different stalls, my sight got attracted by this guy selling woodturning pieces, beautiful pieces of art. And when I saw these pieces on his stall, I said, hold on a second, this time I need to go and see them. And I just felt magnetized from them. One thing was seeing them and looking at the shapes and the little perfections and imperfections. They were just simply beautiful, and the wood has a very strong, to my perception, I love everything wooden. And then he said something that I say now as well. I said, seeing is not enough. You need to hold the piece. And there was a big part of experience. When he put this piece in my hand, I said, oh, this is something different. I couldn't get this, the weight, the texture, the feel, the shapes. It was a big part of the whole experience. And then I said to myself, oh man, I think I really would like to give this a try. And in August 2022, we had devastating fires here in the Serra da Estrela. So I think it wasn't long until I made a few connections in terms of, I need a tool, I need a lathe. And I could get one for, not a big investment. But after the fires, the availability of wood that we had, that I wasn't leaving anymore, so it's either firewood or firewood. I said, let me buy a lathe. I never tried before. I just felt just felt so drawn to it, and sometimes the features that I uncover in a piece, I know there's gonna be something good coming. I just need to do my work. You know, there's a very nice saying, I think it was Galileo, the muse will visit, but it needs to find you working, which I found very beautiful, you know. It won't come from the sky. So I know I need to be there, everything I will just eventually flow. So, but you need to be ready to welcome it. Having discovered how wildfires can treat and process in a natural way, because if you think about a 150 years old tree that goes through, I don't even know what temperature these trees reached. It's a very specific process that I don't think gets recreated anywhere else. So what you end up with, it's something very aesthetically pleasing after you work on it, but the whole story of the actual piece of wood is an interesting story itself. You know, I'm actually working on a material which has gone through incredible fire and I don't know how to define it. It's a devastating process which will turn to ashes everything it finds on its way as long as it's organic matter. But these survivors of this event, they do carry with them because it's a really unique wood. So I think I feel privileged in having survived the fire first of all, and I think I had to grab the chance of going and look for this material, and as every sculpting process is, remove the superficial and go to really what's inside. So I think there could be a parallel between us human, you know, trying to find ourselves and removing the superfluous and really discover what's underneath, no? I find it very fascinating.